Thank you for saying that. My name is Siah Peso. Some people know me as Isaiah. Some people know me as Zay Peso. But Siah Peso from Brooklyn, East New York. If you don't know, well now you know now. And I'm here with Cherr in the Daundersound. Me in the studio. We locked in. Let's get it.
So Zay Peso, I met. I don't remember how I met Zay Peso. I think I met him at a show. He did a freestyle with me in Quad Studios, and ever since then, he has been supportive of the Daundersound Studio. So I've seen. I don't know.
Very supportive. She doesn't know what I know, but I know what she wanna tell me that she think I don't know.
I'm just saying, don't be no fake supporter out here.
Never.
But he not though, y'all. He booked mad interviews with me, and
we went to Bubblegum together for the first time.
And there's more to come.
What's this like that? Yeah, more to come. Yeah.
So you say you from East New York, Brooklyn. He's one of these artists that has been out here hustling a long time doing music. So he does know a lot. So if you guys need any advice, hit him. For real though, he know a lot of stuff about the music, and a lot of stuff. And
it made me, raised me. I could say broke me at one point, but it just made me strong-minded, strong-willed. It also provided a certain perception of work ethic and how you perceive like what a team is, or who should be next to you, behind you, talking to you, listening to you, because you never know who's out to be ahead of you and who's out to take you out. So I just learned, stand on your 10 toes, stay with your morals, stay true to yourself, and never allow anybody to one-up you.
Is there anybody that influenced you from East New York musically, or just?
I mean, when I say influence, I don't know if people will understand what I mean by this, but these are people that I came up with that I've seen and grew to understand the direction that they going with their music, and I'm heavily intrigued with supporting them. Whether it be they just dropped a song and I randomly put them in my story, or I secretly DM them and just say, hey, keep grinding, or text them, or whatever it is. These are the people that I listen to. And one of the people from East New York that I could say would be, I would say Unique the Dawn. I mean, she's not from East New York, but she's heavily been in Brooklyn. She's from Long Island. I'd say Young Cassius. He's not from East New York, but he's from Brooklyn. He's from, if I'm not mistaken, Canarsie Church side. If I'm not mistaken, he's signed to actually Def Jam, or has his own label now. He was on the Anniversary album as well. He's heavily tapped in, and that's one of my main, if not my main engineer, Young Cassius. He has an artist too. And one more person is Stash, STVSH. It's a whole list. I keep going, but those are like the three main right now. That's in my rotation, because every day it'll switch. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you said you started off doing music. Music started for you. Being around Jamaican descent people, listening to like pots and pans.
Yeah.
So that's how music started for you. How do you incorporate that in your music today? Because I don't really hear that much of reggae in your music.
What it is, it's more so like, when it comes to Caribbean descent, Taino, Latin descent, we all grew up in a household full of classical music from our culture. And most people that came up in those households, I'll speak for myself, we grab a liking to people like Barrington Levy, or Dizzy Gillespie, or John Coltrane. We all take those influences and try to mesh them into our own sound. So that's probably why it's kind of hard to differentiate whether or not you're inspired by a certain genre of music or person, whether it be from my music or somebody else's. But I'd say for the most part, I implemented that by focusing more on trying to implement samples in my songs where it's not as disguisable. So when you ask me about my journey, you ask me about a song, what made me pick the beat, what made me use those lyrics, why is that the hook, then you know why, and then you know my upbringing, you know whether or not is he adopted, is he Spanish, is he Jamaican, is he this, is he that, and when you put those pieces to the puzzle together, then you'll get everything that you asked about the song, me, or whatever it is that you was looking for.
Okay.
Hope I ain't say too much.
Nah, you good. You said Young Cass is your personal engineer, and you've done a lot of work with him, the Def Jam artist. So since he is your personal engineer, did he produce some of your first songs while starting your music, like Grind and Get It, all the way to Anxiety is Crazy?
Wow. I have over 70 songs, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just made 7 too. New music on the way. New song dropping tonight at 12 midnight. But he produced songs like Baddie. That was one of my first songs I ever recorded. Baddie Part 2. That has Little Bird, Rear Sound, Signee, Santa K Camp. Also he reproduced Grind and Get It. He also did every song on my project that's out now, titled 329 A Love Story. We'll probably get into that project further into discussion, but he's produced a lot of songs. He knows the BPM I'm looking for, even if the beat is not in it. He knows what plugins I might need to do, and he's also personable, reasonable, understanding, and that's one of the reasons why I rocked with him. And I met him in high school, short story, through his brother T. Thorne. Shout out to the bro, amateur boxer.
Yeah.
And my bro Stash, he's also artist as well in the music industry. And they found that I had my own swag. I never was hip to, like Basquiat or, Da Vinci or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I always had my own swag, and I was always cool and never tried to fit in. And they fuck with me for being a real nigga, So ever since then, they tapped me and they said, look, we be freestyling in the lunchroom, whatever have you. My brother, he does music. If you're serious, start recording, start writing, get what you need to get together, and in the future, I present you to him. Fast forward, full circle moment. I performed at Who Got Heat Wednesdays. Ever since then, we was locked in, and he recorded a lot of my tracks since then.
Okay, so I see that you said your first song was Baddie, but the first song you actually dropped on platforms was Grind and Get It in 2019. So is that when you really started to say, I'm going to take this shit serious?
I'm going to say this. How it went was...
Or did you just delete music? Or?
No, see, I'm going to get there, because
Okay.
you kind of answered some of your question. Baddie, with him, personally with him as my personal engineer, knowing from at that point, 2019, prior, I started at 2012. 2012 is when I took it serious. For them 7 years, I was dealing with my best friend from another friend from high school, whose father is tapped in. He's good friends with KRS-One. The list goes on. Africa Bambaataa and everything. And he's heavily into the Nation of Islam. So prior to his passing, I was working heavy with him and B. Worthy before he moved to Tampa, Florida. When he moved to Florida, which was my first personal engineer, who recorded Poppy and Fallout. That's dope. Fallout was my first ever song, which is on YouTube. Over 700 plays, views, whatever. And when he passed, that's when I was like, I need a new engineer. And a lot of people wasn't taking the time to make my song sound how it should, because some of them engineers was artists too. And then I said, fuck it, I'm tired of not listening to my friend and hitting his brother up. Let me hit him up. Went to the show. I performed last. He heard my song, Superstar Spizz. He was like, nah, he shouldn't have performed last, and that's your man's friend. They let me record it, perform again. Guy's Instagram, we was locked in ever since. But since that time of 2019, when I did drop Grind and Get It, he has been the main engineer. But we gonna tap in soon, me and him, because I haven't been locked in with him for whatever reason, but we definitely gonna be locked in. I actually bumped into him on the train too, which is crazy. Guy has no Instagram, so we definitely gonna work soon.
What do you consider your sound?
Before Fetty Wap dropped his project on Valentine's Day called Trappin' B, if you know me, anybody that know me, I need a drink. Grenade, bitch. Look, I need a drink, alright, to say this shit. First off, shout out Coco Vago Landship Chip 2014, but when y'all was jugging, we ain't gonna incriminate ourselves. Called y'all ever since then. Y'all been locked in. Y'all bigger than I thought y'all would be with music. Could you ask the question again? Because I was a reason why
I said, what
that.
do you consider your sound?
My sound. Secondly, shout out Fetty Wap, free him. because I'm a big fan of his.
Me too.
Feel me? Yeah, thank you. You know, what the fuck? What's wrong with Fetty Wap? What's wrong with
nothing at all?
You know, music is music. Personal is personal. But, yeah, I started to notice that I listened to a lot of melodic artists that it's like this gritty R&B, I'll take your bitch sound. So I was like, damn, that's my lane. I notice my voice distinctly when I'm singing the song over, people would think it's me. So then I was like, damn, let me study this sound and not listen to everything. And even though I'm not biased, let me give this a shot, see where I fit in, and then find my niche. And then voila, from Eric Bellinger, Coco Vango, K Camp, Tory Lanez, and Wale became Zay Peso. Those are some of my favorite artists. If you want to know my favorite rappers, whatever it is you ask, we'll continue on. But to answer your question, those 5 artists: K Camp, Eric Bellinger, Wale, Coco Vango. Yeah, that's the how I came up with my sound. I'll call it trap and beat. I was the first. So on every playlist, it's documented. It's public record.
So, how would you say you've grown out as an artist from when you dropped Baddie to Anxiety is Crazy?
Baddie, it was my lover boy time. From 2014, I say from 2014 to 2021, like summertime, I was heavily into the phase of I want to marry, I want kids, I want house and this and that. But you get what you deserve and you get what God allow you to see and live through, because not every situation is presented at the time you want it to happen. So when I made Baddie, I was dealing with artists, Nero, Johnny, people know, people don't know. Did the interview, everything was good. I went through a lot. After I went through a lot, became single again. And then I was like, damn, well, I gave so much of myself to people and a person, but not myself. So I started tapping into myself, started like telling more of my story, like anxiety is crazy. I'm talking about I'm really like was inside of the ambulance truck. And they telling me like, yo, bro, your heart rate is too high. Like, and you're mad cold. And this is not usual. This is very rare. Like, we gotta get you there. Like, you could, you know what I mean? So then I was like, all right, well, take me there. Like, I'm thinking I'm going through an anxiety attack, and it's worse than that, but it started from that. So that's how that song came about. And once I made that song, actually, some of my songs, you know, some of the artists, I actually might not know them in person, but I might have DM'd them, you know, supported them from their beginning of their journey. And I might have not asked them to use their beat, but, you know, coincidentally, you know, they haven't like said, hey, we're gonna sue you or whatever. They let me rock, and that's a good thing. And Anxiety is Crazy is actually Post Malone's beat. The song he made with Meek Mill. And I did that song because at that time that year I was listening to a lot of Maroon 5, a lot of Post Malone, Mad Moody. And I was like, I gotta get out of that, because if I become more moody, then it's gonna stagnate my growth. So I'd say I've come far, and I've come to know that not every situation is a situation you gotta have your head and time wrapped around, because it's gonna slow your growth. So I've grown a lot. I've become not only verified twice on Spotify, but hopefully I can keep it up. Verified on Instagram, over 9,000 streams on all streaming platforms as far as music, and altogether over 50,000, 30,000 plus on SoundCloud. So just learn to just stay focused and just continue to stay dedicated and focus more on myself and not two people or a group.
That's good advice. So talk to me about the inspiration behind Black Love, because I see that's your only album you have. So you must have put a lot into it to do it. So, and you have two. You've
done your discography recently.
Yeah, so and the two most favorite songs on the album are Campfire Song and Give It All to Me. So those are the two fan favorites. But talk to me about the whole album though, like the inspiration behind it, because that's your only album, so you must have put all your blood, sweat, and tears into it.
I'm gonna say this: I didn't put my blood, sweat, and tears into promoting the album. Making it, I did certain songs. Some songs are actually like what I actually went through with the March 29th anniversary date of the past relationship I was in. If you go back on YouTube, but like I said, I did an interview, I think more than an hour long, when I first was on a promo run, which I think was unsuccessful, and I might spin back around and do again with Fallout and a couple of my old joints. But I was in a relationship. It heavily inspired a lot of my songs when it came to love songs and heartbreak. I wasn't trying to sound like A Boogie. I didn't want nobody to say, he's a rapper. But then I started to notice people was like, bro, you could sing inside your songs, incorporate it. And then I made Baddie, and when I did a show and it went crazy, I started making more love songs. And then I noticed it wasn't enough love songs being made. So I use my relationship to talk in third person for anybody that fit the songs in first person for themselves. Because everybody need love, everybody wants black love, but not enough black love is being spread. So I try to use my reality, heartbreak and love coincided and make a project. And I dropped it in February, but I didn't give it that run it needed for it to do what it did. But it's still getting plays. I'm at 6K. I think I woke up today, it said 6,000 plays. Congratulations in my email. I'll show you that shit. So look, that's pretty much what it was. The inspiration was the relationship I was in. I wish the person the best and everybody the best, and I'm not in a relationship. Just to throw that. But that's the reason why though. That's the reason.
Talk to me about your clothing line. Or your brand, not your clothing line. How you brand yourself.
I say this. I was just talking to my photographer. Shout out my photographer. We was running late today, so
extra late.
Yes. Not always, but the last 2 times we met up. My responsibility. Accountability is everything too. Part of branding 101. Accountability. Your sales go down, it's your fucking fault. Figure it out. But back to the question. First and foremost, branding, you gotta know your why. Why do you want to do this brand? Everybody's gonna make money forever, bro. If you got a job, you're gonna get paid, right? If you're doing music, you're not doing it to be broke, right? But you gotta know your why. My why is because it's not a lot of ethnicities, it's not a lot of people that's really empowering the people through materialism. Everybody is, I can say this, we're going through, sorry, I can't find the ashtray, but we're going through materialism right now.
Yeah, that's on the floor, right?
Not necessarily. Like Kanye said, new slaves, right? A lot of the kids, they rocking essentials, they're rocking Jordan 1s, I don't know. See, they rocking different brands, but they not rocking it because of only the color, how it look, the texture, the pricing. It's the awareness of the brand, their slogans. Me, I want to raise awareness for the kids and help them understand that not only is music an outlet to open doors for film, cinematography, interior decorating, whatever it is, you could also utilize your voice for the right cause. You don't have to curse every day. You don't have to fight every day. And you don't have to be in your crib bored thinking about why your bro's smoking without you. You could be picking up a paper and taking a little, little paintbrush. You could do whatever, put your own idea down of what you think is going on. Now you killing time. Then it become a hobby. Then become a habit. Now you making money. Then you become Basquiat. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I want to make my own brand and make it big. Now when it comes to clothing, I be wearing other brands that I feel should be more awareness. Like right now I'm wearing Supply and Demand. This hat is custom made. I'm gonna have a whole lot more made. I'm gonna make it myself, trucker hat. I wear brands that I feel like correlate with my reality, like Fila.
That's your brand on your hat, right?
Yeah, definitely. My brand, Peso. The brand is just Peso. Peso, the brand Peso is really about everybody that's just, they hustle, they grind, they get to the bag. They're focused on, carrying out their morals every day when it comes to money too, not just doing rigorous ridiculous things out the blue, like putting on dresses and doing weird stuff, for Peso. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And also, my brand is about me too. My name is Isaiah, so a lot comes with it. A lot of people that go to church, they be like, stay in the book, pray every day. Your name holds weight. You gotta live up to your name. You have a lot of expectations that come with it. So, my name being Zay, that would be the Zay part. And the Peso, like I said, the average hustler, the 9 to 5 man that never missed his 9 to 5 and was always there from 9 to 5 and wasn't there from 9:15 like I was here for whatever time till whatever, Just everybody that stand on business, You stand on business, then you about the bag. If you about the bag, then you about the pesos. If you about the pesos, then you can be part of Peso gang. Gang, not as in violence.
Now talk to me about the short film that you're trying to create.
I'm astounded that you asked. No, I'm just playing. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be dope. I don't think anybody has ever done it like this before, because I've been thinking about this for several years, and so many different variations of the idea has came out, and it's caused me to push it further back. It's gonna be a lot of vlogging in it. It's gonna be a lot of different songs, a lot of different artists that y'all probably did shows with and was like, hey, what the fuck? Oh, you know Peso? Oh, nah, I fuck with you too. I feel like this film, Zay Peso, the Peso story, the short film edition, it's just gonna be a package of songs, a package of vlogging, also a little skits in there, just to not only incorporate a lot of my city, a lot of Brooklyn, a lot of Peso, hence the tattoo on the hand, but also just get the authenticity within my career, my journey, and let y'all know just how much more powerful my music and what's being said and heard is, as opposed to you just listening to it with not only no face to put to it, but no real story to put with it, because I don't think people pay attention to lyricism in a lot of my songs.
Not no more.
Yeah, but I'm not cursing in a lot of my songs. And secondly, not a lot of people is gonna gravitate to my music, which is okay, but because I'm doing it more for the youth and more for the people that have not only a voice but a door for the youth, because not everything is marketable, but.
So talk to me about what's next for you, what you got coming.
Oh, well, right now, I have, so the whole February, don't know when it's going to be seen, but the whole February, I have 3 shows. Steve's Geek Productions. I just went there last Thursday. Shout out Steve's Geek Productions. And I told him, I said, hey, look, I'm not saying that all business is good and all money being made is good, but I can connect you with somebody that, might could put you in a different position, as far as business, nothing personal. And he was like, okay. So I got that lined up. He has the gold. He has 3 packages. I think it's 80, 100, and 140, whatever it is, but you tap in with him. Then I got Days Summit coming up in March, January 29th, which is 12 midnight. I got a song dropping, Top 5, Zay Peso. Shout out Cap G, because the last in the booth I did with Cherry B, the Underground Sound. I actually did that same beat, which is Cap G's song. He approved. He put the flame emoji, and my Instagram had got flagged. Then it got hacked by a female, so it got deleted. But I'm about to put it back up there. That's what I got going on for right now to start the year, and as the year go on, you'll see more from Peso.
Okay. So I want to thank you for coming on the Daundersound with Cherry B.
Thank you for having me.
And I also want to thank you for showing artists that it is still possible to do what you want in life as long as you put the work in. It is still possible to follow your dreams in life as long as you put the work in.
And it's possible.
Because nothing is given to you. So I appreciate you for showing artists that and showing everybody that who tunes into my platform.
Just a fact.
And just tell the people where they can find you. And, whatever I'm trying to say.
Right now, I'm focused more on I'm more specific than anything, so follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram at real, SIAHPESO, Real Zay Peso. I'm also on all platforms at SIAHPESO, all platforms. And my YouTube is REALSIAHPESO, Real Zay Peso. Be blessed. Be safe. Thank you, Cherr. Thank you, Daundersound. Peace. I walk in the spot. I get it litty, tear the spot. Got what it takes to get to the top. That mean I'm hot. Write these hits, stir up the pot. I got the recipe, hits got a lot. I'm verified, I'm about to drop. That mean I'm hot.